What if I told you, even if every single American stopped eating meat tomorrow, the climate would barely notice? Sounds crazy, right? Because for years, we've been told beef is destroying the planet, cows are climate villains, and quitting meat is the fastest way to stop global warming. We see viral headlines. Our meaty diet is eating up the planet. Beef is the worst food for climate change. Stop eating animals to save Earth. But today, we're asking a dangerous question. What if this story is incomplete? What if cows are being blamed for a problem they didn't create? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see the food system very differently. Cows are big. They burp methane. They eat a lot. So it feels intuitive to blame them. But climate science is not about feelings. It's about numbers. And numbers don't care about viral narratives. So let's start with the boldest claim of all. If people stopped eating meat, climate change would slow down. Okay. Let's test that. Let's imagine an extreme scenario. Not Meatless Monday. Not less beef. Total plant-based diet. And not even 100% of Americans. Let's say 10% of the US population. About 33 million people. Stop eating all animal products. No beef, no chicken, no dairy, no eggs. That includes methane from cow burps, emissions from manure, transport, processing, feed production. So what happens? To answer this, we turn to Dr. Frank Mitlodiner, professor of animal science and air quality specialist at UC Davis. His job? Measuring methane in the air, on the ground, even from space. His answer stunned many people. If the entire US went vegan for a year, total greenhouse gas emissions would drop by 2.6%. Now remember, that's 100% of Americans. So 10%? Remove later, 0.26% reduction. That's not small. That's unmeasurable. So how did cows become public enemy number one? You've probably heard this statistic. One hamburger requires over 1,600 liters of water. That sounds terrifying. But here's the trick. What kind of water? Green water versus blue water. Green water equals rain. Blue water equals irrigation, groundwater, rivers. Most beef water statistics count rainfall. Rain that would fall. With cows, without cows. On that land anyway. Cows don't drink 1,600 liters. They eat grass grown by rain. That water goes in, comes out, returns to soil. Just like the coffee you drank today. The real freshwater crisis? Crop irrigation. 70% of global freshwater equals agriculture. Rice, wheat, cotton dominate water use. Let's compare honestly. A quarter pound of beef uses about 122 liters of non-rainwater. Now almonds? Over 1,000 liters per quarter pound. Yet almond milk is marketed as eco-friendly. So maybe water isn't as simple as headlines suggest. Another famous claim? To produce 1 kilogram of beef, cows eat 25 kilograms of grain. Sounds wasteful, until you ask one question. Can humans eat what cows eat? Here's the truth. 84% of livestock feed is not edible by humans. For cows specifically, over 90%. Cows eat grass, husks, hulls, straw, soy skins, brewery waste, bakery scraps, things you literally cannot eat. Cows don't steal food. They upcycle waste into nutrition. For every 100 pounds of food we grow for humans, we create 37 pounds of inedible byproducts. Livestock convert that waste into protein, calories, essential nutrients. That's not inefficiency. That's biological recycling. You've seen the maps. Huge grazing areas. Small cropland. That's true. But what's missing is context. Meaning 2/3 of agricultural land on Earth is marginal land. Meaning too dry, too rocky, too steep, too nutrient poor. You cannot grow crops there. but cows can eat grass there. Without ruminants, 2/3 of food-producing land becomes useless. Cows don't compete with crops. They make unusable land productive. That's why grazing land is large. Not because it's stealing cropland. Here's a statistic rarely mentioned. 50% of the world's fertilizer comes from animal manure. All organic farming uses animal fertilizer. Remove livestock and what happens? More synthetic fertilizer, more fossil fuel use, more soil degradation. Livestock don't just take resources. They support crop agriculture. Yes, methane warms faster than CO2. But here's the difference. Methane from cows comes from plants. Plants pulled carbon from air. Methane breaks down in 10 years. No new carbon added. Fossil fuels. Locked underground for millions of years. Burned equals permanent atmospheric buildup. In the US, methane equals N% of emissions. Livestock methane equals 2.7%. All cattle equals N2%. Meanwhile, fossil fuels equals 80%. Blaming burgers while ignoring oil is a distraction. Here's the real shocker. 1/3 of all food produced globally is wasted. If food waste were a country, it would be the 3rd largest emitter on Earth. In the US, 40% of food is never eaten. What's wasted the most? Fruits and vegetables, 42%. Grains and bread, 22%. Roots and tubers, 18%. Meat and dairy, only 14%. Ironically, animals reduce waste by eating leftovers. Humans reject. Removing livestock could increase food waste, not reduce it. This is not about saying, eat unlimited meat. Livestock has an impact. It can improve. But pretending that skipping a burger will save the planet, while ignoring fossil fuels and food waste, that's not climate science. That's a smokescreen. If we really want to help the planet, reduce food waste, improve farming efficiency, cut fossil fuel use, because the planet isn't being destroyed by cows. It's being destroyed by bad priorities.